So, we have seen a fantastic performance from New Zealand in their preparation for the World Cup, and it can't get as emphatic as it has. Yes, breaking news at this point, folks. New Zealand have absolutely crushed England by 8 wickets in a chase of 292 in the first ODI at Sophia Gardens in Cardiff. It was a tremendous performance from two individuals. Devon Conway and Daryl Mitchell. I mean, they have shared records and they have broken so many feats today that New Zealand, without the presence of some key stars, have made a big statement in their World Cup preparation. If you thought Australia showed plenty of grit in their match against South Africa, well, New Zealand have shown tremendous dominance to overpower England and give a dose of what England have dished out in the past couple of years. So it is a fantastic performance from New Zealand. I mean, let us begin from right from the very beginning itself. This was the first ODI comeback for Ben Stokes after quite some time. Because remember, Stokes has been plagued by a knee injury, and after the South Africa ODIs, he had decided to retire from the format last year. But because the World Cup is near us, he decided to come back, and it was his half century combined with Josh Butler's brilliant 72 that ensured England got to a very good total of 291. But it was Rachin Ravindra's 3 wickets that ensured England were pegged back slightly. And after the start that David Malan had given them and Harry Brook also contributing, you felt that maybe England could get to 300, 350. But no, New Zealand came back roaring and they were in pretty good form with the ball. They managed to ensure that they took wickets at regular intervals and they managed to ensure that England were kept to a slightly under par total. We thought 291 with England's bowling attack, maybe it could be defended, but no. If that is the case, then Daryl Mitchell and Devon Conway, what a brilliant performance from them. I mean, Devon Conway in particular was the anchor at which he was there after Will Young and Henry Nichols. Just they got eliminated by some good bowling. Daryl Mitchell, I mean, what a fantastic show from him. 7 4s, 7 6s, 118. Devon Conway also 118 and 111. A record 180 run stand. And because of this was Mitchell's third 100 in 5 ODIs. I mean, this is the kind of consistency that Daryl Mitchell has shown. 300s in the last 5 ODIs. And if you have to look at it, it's been a brilliant performance indeed. And New Zealand, always on the reckoning, although I've not put them as one of the top 4 in this 2023 World Cup, they now look like a serious team to take into account. Because remember, England may be missing some of their key bowlers in Mark Wood, Chris Wokes. Maybe the core team will play together towards the World Cup. But it is really important to note that England's second string bowlers, most of whom are going to the World Cup, they struggled. Adil Rashid struggled today. And that's why England's batting, they needed to step up on the big day, but unfortunately they could not do it. And that is why New Zealand had managed to pull off a brilliant show. And yes, boundary count, they were better. So for England, there is just no scope for complaining. They were thoroughly outplayed by New Zealand. 7 4s, 7 6s by Daryl Mitchell. Devon Conway also doing well. Will Young giving a good start with Devon Conway. And also Henry Nichols sharing a bit of a partnership at the end. But 180 runs for the third wicket. It was a sensational performance from the Black Caps. And remember, this tour is actually proving to be a comeback for New Zealand. After they were hammered in the T20Is in the first 2, they then bounced back to draw the series 2-2. And now in the first ODI, you are seeing that it is a fantastic exhibition of hitting by New Zealand. And with Daryl Mitchell in the team, Kane Williamson expected to regain fitness since he's been included in the preliminary squad. And the rest of the squad will be announced on September 11th. It is going to be a brilliant performance from them indeed. And Mitchell's form combined with Conway's brilliance at the top gives New Zealand plenty of confidence. And today, the unsung hero in the New Zealand case was Rachin Ravindra. I mean, his left arm spin ensured that England were pegged back. And that is why you look at in the middle overs when Stokes was going well, when he fell, at that time, England struggled to get the finishing kick. And that's why brilliant performance indeed from New Zealand. Devon Conway, Rachin Ravindra, Daryl Mitchell, superb exhibition. So that's why New Zealand, They now are making a serious statement of intent with three more ODIs to go. And remember, after this, they are going to be playing three more ODIs against Bangladesh, which will be with the second string team anyways. Now, Rookie Techie, let's take some comments here. Rookie Techie saying you cannot underestimate New Zealand once Kane joins. That's why my force New Zealand, India, England, Australia. Maybe Rookie Techie, but again, Kane joining is a bit of a dodgy thing because remember, he is on the path to regaining fitness, but whether he will play, whether he'll get the necessary game time, that I am not so sure about. So, Kane Williamson joining back, that seems to be a very dodgy thing. But yes, if when he comes back, that middle order looks absolutely fantastic, and that's why New Zealand's batting could very well be the difference maker for them in the 2023 ODI World Cup. Gautam Krishna saying, was England bowlers lacking penetration or was New Zealand batters peaking right before an ICC event like always? I think it's the other one, Gautam Krishna. I think New Zealand's batters are peaking at the right time. I mean, look at Conway, look at Mitchell. Mitchell in particular, his consistency in the last 5 ODIs, 300s. You cannot discount that, and that is why Daryl Mitchell, he is a star indeed. And remember, if he can get his dibbly-dobblies going on these wickets, he is a potent force indeed. And that's the thing. And I'll take some more comments. Akash, or New Zealand's second string team scored 250 plus score against Pakistan team. They're becoming good in subcontinent. Akash, Saurabh, I don't disagree with you on that at all. I mean, even New Zealand's second string team have managed to really put up a good challenge against the subcontinent teams, especially as you pointed out in the Pakistan series as well. I mean, in that T20I series and even in the ODI series, New Zealand had a very, very good showing. And that's why I would say that I'm tempted to put New Zealand in the semi-finals, but somehow this time I don't know, with the injuries and also because maybe not many players are going to get that much of game time. That's why I'm not putting New Zealand. But if they make it to the semi-finals, it is not going to be a surprise indeed. So that is the thing. Well, thanks Akash for that. And Conway is the best all-format player. Well, we have always been saying that for the last couple of years. Devon Conway has been one of the best all-format players. I mean, in tests, he makes a contribution. In ODIs, he makes a contribution. In T20Is, you remember, he's always been very consistent, especially the IPL also. He was quite consistent for Chennai Super Kings. And that's why I think you are right. He is one of the best all-format players at this point in time. And Satish B is like saying, England bowling looks and it's like on and off at this time. Yeah, I mean, rather surprisingly today, England's bowlers had a pretty low. I mean, they did not have that intensity that was there. They were leaking far too many runs. Rashid missed this length. Stokely missed this length. It was either too full. And remember, the straight boundaries at Swalik has ensured that if you miss your length, you'll get hit out of the park. That's what Daryl Mitchell did towards the fag end. I think England had just given up, and that's why their lengths were far too erratic, and they were absolutely pummeled by Daryl Mitchell. And that's why you're right, Satish B. It looks as if their bowling today was just not up to the mark. It was a low intensity performance from England at this point. So very surprising that the bowlers didn't step up at this time. And I think these are the same questions that was asked by Akash Saurabh. I've answered that. Akash Gautam Krishna, I've answered that as well. And it is going to be Deepak Mishra. Thanks, Deepak. Kane Williamson, Sushant is saying Kane Williamson will be the highest scorer in this World Cup. Maybe if he can make it and if he can get the form, if he's not so rusty, maybe he can. Conway and Mitchell are world class. Indeed, Deepak, they are truly sensational batters at this time. If they maintain this form, other teams watch out. England bowling looks weak without Wood and Archer. Without Wood, I agree. But Archer has not been in the scheme of things for a very long time, Satish B. So Archer coming back, I don't think would help matters anyway. So that is the current situation. Are there any more comments? New Zealand play England too much. Deepak, well, but you're getting the right preparation. You're playing against the defending World Cup champions. Why not? And Jayaprakash is also pointing out New Zealand is also without Bolt and Santner. Exactly. So if they can come back and ensure they get adequate game time, then New Zealand are a potent team. But remember, somehow in this Asian conditions, New Zealand is not inspiring me that much confidence. I don't know why. But maybe if they can prove me wrong, I'll be very, very happy indeed. So New Zealand have made a big statement by absolutely decimating England by 8 wickets. It's a comprehensive trouncing. And remember, the second ODI is also coming up the next couple of days. Remember, we are now into serious World Cup preparation. Australia versus South Africa is tomorrow at the Mountgaung Oval in Bloemfontein. New Zealand versus England will be there the next couple of days. And remember, Australia will be coming to India on 22nd of September for their 3 ODIs, 22, 24 and 27. New Zealand, on the other hand, they will come to Bangladesh for 3 ODIs after this 4 match series. So remember, 4 T20Is, it ended 2-2. Can New Zealand break the jinx and ensure that they win against England in the next couple of days? So yes, Satish B, tomorrow is Australia versus South Africa at the Mangong Oval in Bloemfontein. So thank you so much, folks, for giving us company. And this time we'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we do. And before I sign off, Akash, or England will struggle in slow pitches of India. Maybe, Akash, but I think their style of play is such, I think they will overcome that. I think the wickets are not going to be that slow. And remember, Asia, if you look at it in the subcontinent, October, November, it will be very, very different at this time. So, and those flat wickets in ODIs give advantage to second batting team, as you're saying, Rookie Techie. Correct. It looks as if bat second, win. That is the situation. You found out in the UAE also. Bat second, win. That is the situation. So, will India win Asia Sambhav Jain? That is for a later debate altogether. Let us first ensure that all games are done and there is just no impact whatsoever as far as the rain is concerned. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. So, and don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye-bye.